continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Warner Anderson as Matthew Swain, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, and Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie.
"314 years ago today, our forefathers founded Peyton Place. They were Puritans, virtuous, stern, quick to condemn. Some of us haven't changed. Betty Anderson understands that all too well.
See what I tell you. Best seat in the house for my fair lady. You comfortable?
Yes,
Pounders Day.
I like it. I look forward to it all year.
What else you look forward to?
Everything.
You mean that?
What do you look forward to?
Oh, this and that. Not everything. Things like,
What?
seeing you.
Rodney.
Yeah.
Why do you call me fair lady?
Well, that's what you are.
Am I?
What is it, Allison?
I don't know.
Well, neither do I. Listen, all of a sudden, I don't know what you're saying, do you?
Yes.
Well, I wish you'd clue me in.
Did you ever call Betty Anderson fair lady?
Why?
But you told her you loved her, didn't you?
Allison?
You did, didn't you, Rod?
Yes.
She was Betty to you, wasn't she? Always Betty?
I don't know what you're driving at.
I want to be a real person to you.
You are.
Not really.
What brought this on so all of a sudden?
It just sounds sudden.
Okay, Allison. Now tell me.
It's a kind of a game, isn't it? Being here, the schooner, a grandstand seat for the fair lady. Isn't that true?
Yes. It's a kind of a game. But I like that game. Don't you?
Yeah, I like it. And yet,
What?
last night when you said, I'll take you home, Alice in Wonderland,
Now, that's a name you gave yourself.
I hate that name.
Oh, the beautiful daughter of the beautiful Mrs. Mackenzie wants to be called? Wants to be called what?
Anything but Alice in Wonderland. Or fair lady.
I see. But there'll always be part of you that is Alice in Wonderland. Part of you. And I love that part. Allison, that's a part of you I love. That's a part of you I know.
Hello, Rod. Hello, Allison.
Hello, Betty.
What do you want?
I'm sorry, Allison, but I have to talk to Rod.
Betty, what do you want?
It's not what I want.
Well, then what is it?
Just what I said. I have to talk to you.
Listen, Betty.
Rod.
Please, don't push.
Rod, talk to Betty.
I'll wait.
Allison, I've tried to explain to her.
Explain what?
Betty and I are through. It's not easy to tell someone that.
The way you talk to her, Rod. Would you talk like that to me someday?
No.
How do you know?
Oh, Allison, Allison. It's different between you and me. Because you're different. You make me feel different, and I like that feeling. Please, please realize that. I want to be something. I want to be the way I feel when I'm with you.
Then talk to Betty.
You had something you wanted to say?
I want to go someplace where we can be alone.
The pond?
We've been to the pond, Rod. Now just take me somewhere, someplace, and we're going to talk. Rod, we're going to talk. Where's your car?
That was beautiful, Matt. You know, every year the rockets get higher, I think.
Well, Connie, I'll tell you one thing.
I know. Next year somebody else can do it.
How did you know?
You say the same thing every year.
Is that any way to talk to your second cousin twice removed? Look, I've earned a cup of coffee. Come on.
Well, so have I. You know, we finally sold Ella Breslauer's old umbrella stand.
The one made out of the elephant's foot?
She's donated it every year for 5 years.
It's really kind of fun. The country club gets seats on the 50-yard line. And then we stay in Boston to celebrate.
Oh, there's Matthew Swain, Constance Mackenzie. Do you mind if they join us?
No, of course not.
Good. Nat!
Hi, Connie. Hi, Matt.
Laura? Will the chairman of a very successful day care to partake with us common folk?
We will indeed.
Do you mind?
No. You must be exhausted, Connie.
I don't mind. Working in the rummage booth is kind of fun.
Oh, but on your feet all day. I suppose you're used to it, being in the bookstore.
Well, did you see the fireworks?
Oh, yes, we saw them out the window.
Well?
Oh, it was spectacular. More than that, it was super spectacular.
Well, next year we'll have you working your head off.
Hello, Mary.
Hello, Matthew. Constance.
You have a big day?
Oh, once a year is more than enough, believe me. They watch you at the baseball booth, man.
Oh, what now?
Jimmy Nelson bought $2 worth of balls, and he's winning all the prizes.
Nelson's the captain of our high school baseball team.
A pitcher?
The best we've had in years. Order me some coffee, Connie.
And a sandwich you haven't eaten all day.
Yeah.
Oh, Connie, I saw Allison today at brunch with Rodney.
Oh, yes, I must call Catherine and thank her.
Allison's become so attractive, I envy you.
Envy me, why?
Well, it must be such a satisfaction when your daughter becomes a young lady, although it would scare me.
Why?
Well, I get kind of frightened watching the next generation take over.
Well, Allison hasn't exactly taken over yet.
Oh, she will, all too soon. I found him outside absolutely bewildered.
What I was doing is thinking about all the things I missed. You know, when I was waiting out there, 7 people walked by me and called me by name. 7. I counted.
That's the charm of Peyton Place. Everyone knows everyone and his business.
You know, in New York, I lived in a 14-floor building. Every morning, I went down the elevator. Every night, I came back up. Most of the time with the same people. In the morning, down, at night, back up. In 3 years, We learned how to say to each other, good morning and good evening. That was all. Not once did any of us get to know any of the others.
But that's privacy. After you've lived here for a while, you wish you had it.
Well, why should I? Well, I mean, I don't expect to do anything I'll be ashamed of, huh?
Well, sometimes things do happen.
Yes, sure. But I'm talking about, you know, things that you would be ashamed of. Well, sure. You see, I think that if you approach people, especially yourself, with a little understanding, or, you know, a lot of understanding, then you never use that particular word, ashamed, ever again. It's a word I don't like to use anyway.
But you do.
Yes, I do.
Hello, Allison.
Hello, Jimmy.
Alone?
Just for the moment.
How'd you like to have some fun? Some real fun, Allison. Kicks. You don't know what Jim is?
Jimmy, stop it.
Stop what?
Trying to make a fool out of me.
Okay, Ice Queen. I'll leave it up to Rod Harrington.
Jimmy, don't you have any manners?
Sure, Mr. Anderson.
Bye, Jimmy. Could I, have a little talk with you, Allison?
Of course, Mr. Anderson.
Allison, what is the world coming to?
Thank you.
No, for riding up on my big white charger. Yeah, George Galahad Anderson. Tell me something, Allison. Have you ever thought of me as Sir Galahad?
Well, not exactly.
Well, let me tell you something, Allison Mackenzie. This is confidential. This is classified information. Neither have I. Well, if not Sir Galahad, give me a name, Allison.
Well,
I need a name.
I'll try to think of one.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
So, you've been seeing Rodney Harrington.
Yes, well, I have seen him.
Oh, since when, Allison?
Just since the beginning of last week.
You kids. You kids are something else again. I don't know, you're like... Tell me, did you ever see one of those jukeboxes where the lights keep changing all the time? Changing colors. All the time, changing colors.
Mr. Anderson.
Of course, it wasn't always like that. You know something, Allison? Mrs. Anderson was the only girl I ever went out with. Did you know that, Allison?
No.
Well, it's true. Because it's different. It's different now. Well, that was a long, long time ago. Well, not so long, really. Just about 20 years. Would you believe that things could change that much in 20 short years, Allison? Have you seen Mrs. Anderson?